say something about your particular lesson and
Sure. The lesson that I'm going to teach is one that is a very famous lesson in the world of Feldenkrais. There are literally thousands of different lessons at this point. And it's one in which we look to balance or bring into harmony the muscles in the front of ourselves or the muscles that bring us into flexion and the muscles that take us into extension. And how do we get a relationship between those where we are able to move in space effectively? Many people, particularly as we age, find that this happens and we this happens, and then we struggle against it. As I mentioned, I taught fitness classes years ago. There were many people who said, I just don't have the strength to do sit-ups or roll-ups to come forward. And that wasn't true. What really was going on is that they were not calibrating the muscles that shorten and the muscles that lengthen so that they can work in concert with one another so that you can move in a way that's graceful and fun. And we're gonna have a party. That's gonna be I'm excited.
I love your teaching style. I know you'll make it fun. And I think that that's one of the things, of course, that makes it fun is if you can come with an attitude of playfulness and curiosity instead of a attitude where you kind of beat yourself up, right?
Mhm. Yes, absolutely. This is I love to tell people, particularly newcomers who are thinking, okay, what have I gotten myself into? That I'm not here as a judge, and this is not the Olympics. Wherever you are, I'm here to help you come forward. And unlike other classes in other methods where people say keep doing it and push and all of that, in this work, when you feel it's time for you to rest, listen to yourself. That's time. It's time for you to rest. If you feel now I'm working and this isn't fun anymore, it kind of hurts or it feels uncomfortable, or even if you're stretching, make it softer. Be graceful. As you'll hear on the same day with me, I'm not going to give too much away. You can move in a way that you're saying to yourself that you like yourself. Tune
That's
in tomorrow, you'll see what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
you absolutely will hear about that for sure.
That's all.
Yeah, so, and the other thing that you do such a beautiful job with your Feldenkrais summit, I'm sorry, your Feldenkrais festivals each year, and
Mm.
you've really taken it upon yourself, Frederick, to serve a broad community, but you tend to try to make a really beautiful doorway for people from the LGBTQ community, LGBTQT community. And I wonder if you could just talk a little bit about the importance of having a doorway for people who maybe identify themselves in a way that doesn't seem to fit the mainstream or the so-called normal.
Absolutely. I think Feldenkrais, in fact, I know Feldenkrais is for everyone who has a brain and a nervous system and a body. It's definitely for everybody. But in particular, people who come from marginalized communities where they've gotten the message that what they're feeling is wrong, what they sense inside themselves is wrong. They're not doing enough, or whatever, that they're not enough. Feldenkrais is a great way to transcend that, because that which determines what is working is you. It's your sensation. So if you identify in a way that is not the norm or what most people think, if your feelings about life, who you're attracted to romantically, or how you identify in terms of gender, all of that, if you're getting messages from outside that say you're not enough, that festival is one where all of the teachers are really clear. Yes, you are. In fact, every class has that, but we highlight that in the festival, and that's coming up towards the end of the year. Everybody's invited. You were talking you were talking about the letters that we call the alphabet people sometimes. LGBTQ. I've added one, A, which used to stand for asexual, but it actually, in my world, stands for anybody else. So it's LGBTQ A meaning anybody else. So everybody's invited. Just come with an open mind and be respectful of everybody who's there, and have a grand old time. So everyone's open. In terms, you'll find that the teachers are from the kaleidoscope around the world. People show up from around the world of every identity, whatever it may be. So everyone's welcome. And
Right. Right.
yes,
And everyone's welcome in this current 5-day challenge, Move Better, Feel Better challenge. Absolutely, you are welcome. And maybe you don't feel that you are from a marginalized community, but instead you feel like, hey, I just barely can move, or I have this injury I can't get over, or maybe you're 20 something and already feeling old and like you're struggling to get up. There's still going to be some great lessons in here for you. So there's just a lot of opportunity. By the way, I want to say hi to the people that are listening and watching us. If you would like to say hi or ask us a question or make a comment, just pop on over to StreamYard first. There's a little link there in your description of this session where you can pop over and give us your name. And then when you say hi, we know who you are and we can actually mention you by name. Or if you have a comment about the Feldenkrais method, or if you would like to ask us a question, just feel free to do that. So there's also in that description a link that you can register for the event. So please register for the event. It does cost, okay, hold on. It costs, hold on. It costs $10. $10. So I hope that $10 is something that's very doable for you if you cut back on some specialty coffees or something like that. And what we know is that if you commit with $10, you're more likely to actually do the challenge. Well, what is the challenge? The challenge is to show up and do it for 5 days, one lesson each day, 5 days. Frederick will be teaching on Sunday, May 7th. And the other part of the challenge is to really see if you could embrace this idea that we've been playing, which is slow is the new fast. So I don't know if you knew this, Frederick, or not, but at the beginning of the year, there was a projection that the one of the top 10 trends of the year would be slow movement, even movement done in your bed.
you know what? I did see that. That
Isn't
is
that
correct.
something?
Yeah, I saw that. That's fabulous. Yeah.
I like it too. I like it too because, of course, that's what we've been doing since Moshe Feldenkrais brought it out. It's not that we always do everything super slow, but what's the benefit of this going slow?
Yes, I've had a few people over the years when I was teaching in a more of a fitness environment think that, oh well, wait a minute, this really can't do anything. I need to be perspiring, or I need to be moving quickly. I need to move fast. I have to have resistance, and then they do the lesson, and it's like, well, this is just so different. And you're asking me to think a little bit. You're asking me to pay attention to myself and not work too hard. And then they came back afterwards and said, "Oh my gosh, I took kickboxing afterwards, and look, I was able to do all these things that I couldn't do before." Or I'm a runner, and I'm a runner in my 60s, and I got my best time after doing this work. So,
After doing this lesson, the
yeah,
lesson you're going to teach, that
yeah,
lesson that you're going to teach, I have seen impact quite a number of runners.
it's a classic. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Taro says hi. He's out in the wings. Taro Iwamoto is also going to be teaching in the Move Better, Feel Better 5-day challenge. And he will be live with me tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I think it is tomorrow for sure. So, well, Frederick, I have really enjoyed giving people just a little sneak peek into what might be coming up, and your playful, fun style that I know you will try to help people embrace on Sunday. And so please do head over and look in the comments and find the registration in the description of the video session. Find the registration link, head over, get registered, choose between uh, whether you want to come to experienced or beginner. Both are going to be fantastic. And There's another choice that you can make if you're a pro in this field. What I mean rehab, movement, healthcare, wellness. We have some extra special stuff for you, and it'll be really, really great. Oh, Victoria, so glad to have you, dear, and glad you're enjoying the talk and you're excited about the event. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I just think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll even have people demoing. I know this is a wild thing to say, but we're going to have people that you can see adapting the position. So, like your lesson, I think you're probably going to teach it lying down, are you not? That's kind of
Yes.
how you're going to teach it. But there's going to be someone, a practitioner, sitting in a chair. So, if you're in a wheelchair, you cannot lie down for some reason. There will be a practitioner sitting in a chair showing you how to adapt the lesson for it sitting in the chair. So you'll have the option to lie down on the floor. We kind of call that the so-called ideal for that lesson. Lie on your bed, particularly if it's a little firmer, that can work, or sit in a chair. So 3 ways you'll be able to do Frederick's lesson.
I'm excited. It's going to be
I
fun.
am too. I am too. So I think Frederick and I are going to sign off. Be sure you go ahead, sign up, tell someone about it. It's a phenomenal event when you do 5 lessons, 5 days in a row. Things change in your life. So we want to see good things for you. Bye bye.
I'll see you guys at the challenge. Bye bye.